home and keep extra at your home. Give it
Okay.
to your friends, families, relatives, and whoever will come. Give this
Okay.
knowledge
Okay.
because it's not only you like it, Krishna like that most that you are giving this knowledge to other people.
Yeah.
More pleased.
True.
So instead of you will make yourself or me happy, oh, Jagna give that book, I would prefer that you yourself start preaching to other people because you start
Okay.
liking it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you should, I would prefer next time when you'll come, remind me. I have
Okay.
some of the book in my temple. You can see on the right hand side. Just grab few of them and keep it in your, as a backup copy.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
So now, so Ashwini is the first time I know she is familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, who is Krishna, who is Arjuna. So do you want to share something from the Bhagavad Gita? This is what my experience and knowledge, what I heard when I was child or college or whatever thing is. Just please share few things.
I just think that in our Hindu mythology, right? I mean, we have Ram and Krishna. They're both avatars of Vishnu.
Mhm.
To me, I've always seen Krishna as this very worldly, practical, God, if I may say so. When I think of Krishna, I think of him as a friend. I think of him as someone who's always there, kind of who's got your back. And I
Perfect.
think that's what I took from Mahabharata as well, that he had Arjun's back.
Right.
There were certain lessons. He had Draupadi's back, for instance. He had,
Yeah.
when he was needed, he appeared and he was there.
He's there.
And that's how I kind of relate in real life as well. Is we'll get thrown into many different things, but when you really need, there's a reason, because we were put in those situations to learn, and to get better. But I think Krishna is always there.
Right. So I want to pick few of the points what you just said. First, you said like different avatar, Vaman avatar and Vishnu and this, and you said that okay, all the things is came from Vishnu, right? That is our typical understanding,
Yeah.
but it's the reverse way. When we go more deeper, Krishna says everything is emanate from me, including Vishnu,
Mm.
right? So our concept, wherever we got it, we think that everything is coming from Vishnu and the down because Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga and Vishnu appeared in before than that. So we think that, oh, how Krishna will be the supreme, how Krishna is giving everyone. So when we go more deeper from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, which is clearly stated that from Krishna there are three Vishnus came in. One was the Mahavishnu. I'm not going much deeper. Mahavishnu. So three Vishnu. Mahavishnu expanded himself from his body, all the pores, many multi-universe created from his Mahavishnu's body, which is clearly mentioned in Bhagavatam, all the different Bhagavad Puran. And from each pore of his body, like we sweat, like from each pore, we have the sweating will come. From that individual pole, there are many universe created, and each universe is managed by another Vishnu, which is called as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. You saw that the Vishnu is sleeping on that
Yeah.
ocean. So each universe has his own Vishnu. And from that Vishnu, from his navel, Brahma will come. And from that Brahma, he got the instruction from the Vishnu, okay, can you create and further expand this? When he expand, and as an individual entity like us, we believe that we have Paramatma inside, right?
Yeah.
Is another form of Vishnu. So Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Shirodakshaya Vishnu is inside all everyone. It doesn't matter is a human being or bug or cockroach or animals. Everyone has their own Paramatma entity inside. And that Paramatma is guiding us from inside. That's what you mentioned that whenever we think of him, he is having our back.
Mm.
Correct? That's the inside our subconscious mind. Whenever we think, okay, Krishna, I am in the problem. Can you help me? Like Draupadi. right? Draupadi. So Draupadi, when she was shouting, Govinda, please help me, then he was there. And not only for Draupadi, for whoever in that Mahabharata, you saw that.
Mm.
Right? So our understanding that, and when you mentioned that, okay, I want to think Krishna is like our friend. Yeah. So there are different rasas. You can think Krishna as your child. He's my baby. In our Braj Bhumi and in the Mathura Vrindavan, they will carry the Bal Gopal. They feed him like a baby every day. 3 times, 4 times, they are changing his diaper and they are doing like a baby. Right? As a mother, you can treat him like a baby.
Yeah.
As if you think yourself like Arjuna, you can treat him like his guru or friend, right? And as a father, you can treat him like a son. So there are 5 or 6 rasas are there, and the gopis are in the Vrindavan. They are treat him like a lover, and some of the wife they are treating him like a husband. So there are different rasas, what the ways. But in this yuga, like we are in which yuga, like Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and what is this yuga?
Kali Yuga.
Kali
Alayuk.
Yuga.
Alayuk.
So Kali Yuga, what is mainly prescribed for us? We can still treat Krishna as like lover or child or my husband, like most of the thing. But what is the best way to please him? What we should think him? There is nothing wrong that you can treat him like, okay, he's my friend whenever I remember. So this word is whenever, right? Not always. Whenever I'm in problem, I remember him. Whenever I'm happy, I don't remember him. Correct? So this is Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga is the best way to think ourselves as a servant. When we think like a servant and then start thinking how I can serve him, right? Like as you have your parents and now they grown up, they are the age enough that they are not working. But as a child, you always think that they are my parents, they took care of me. Now it's my responsibility how I can serve them.
Yeah.
It's a different way, right? So now Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to change our consciousness. These our current parents are the temporary parents. But Supreme Father, who is a Krishna, he is a permanent father, a spiritual father. So how I can serve him in this birth or many birth? This is what the Bhagavad Gita teaches us.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Yeah. Thank
Correct?
you.
Yeah. So now let's. Any questions on this? Anything?
No, I think it would be good to know when you say that, serve. I think that is a very good concept. I think it works everywhere.
Yeah.
For instance, you serve your children sometimes, and you serve
Yeah.
your husband
Most
sometimes.
of the time. Most of the time.
Sometimes at work, you're serving your
Your
team,
boss. Yeah.
your team sometimes, right? Not even your boss.
Yeah.
Sometimes, even if you are the leader, you're serving your team.
Yeah.
And I think this concept is emerging, but I correlate that to karma yogi,
Mhm.
and I don't know how much you agree with that, but I think it's possibly the same concept where focus on your karma, focus on doing rather than
The Bhagavad Gita says the same thing. The only we have to do is, as part of our life, we have to change little bit our consciousness. Krishna is not saying that you have to give up everything and go to the mountain and go to the some secluded places and do the meditation. He's not saying this one. He know that this is Kali Yuga. We have to perform our job responsibility as part of the karma. We have to do it. So when you do the karma, whatever the action you will take, you are going to get the reaction of this one, right? You are doing the job, you will get the salary.
yeah.
And now, as you said, that you are serving, like wife is serving husband and children's and the when the elder. So we are helping each other and serving things during the service. And this serving concept is, what is your consciousness? Most of the time, as in the Kali Yuga, when we serve, we have expectations. You agree, right? Whenever
Yeah.
we will go, ये तो हमारा बुढ़ापे का सहारा है,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm.
that kind of expectations will be there. I'm talking about like a child and the parents. But in other world, if I'm going to help someone else, तो वो मेरा क्या फायदा होगा इसमें?
Mm.
Immediately mind will think, I'm not going to say that one, भाई मेरा क्या इसमें होने वाला है? So how we can improve our consciousness so that when we serve other, and especially when we serve the God, we should not have tinge of expectation. That
Mm.
was the difficult part is
Mm.
when we go to the temple also or go to any spiritual place, we have a checklist. Oh, today I'm going to give 11 rupees of Nariyal and I'm going to have 11,000 rupees a return in that one. We start thinking in the investment kind of thing. I will invest this and after 10 years I will get that return. So do you think that is the spirituality?
No.
Right. So wherever the expectations and the desire involved, there is no spirituality. This is just a bargain thing. You become a good salesperson there. You are going to negotiate. That's what you are learning. But that's not work with the Krishna. That's what the Krishna says, that you have to change your concept. I know as a Paramatma, you know that I am sitting inside you. I know what you want. You don't have to repeat. If you are asking for bhakti, I am constantly listening. But you what want as part of your karma, I am going to give you. So he is saying that you have to perform your action based on what I am going to give you the instructions.
Mm.
But we are not doing that. We will read the Bhagavad Gita, then we will try to manipulate by ourselves. Oh, ये section तो बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है, मैं इसी को करूँगा. Krishna is not saying that you have to pick out of 18 chapter 1 and okay, I read Dhyan Yoga. Krishna says in the first 10 shloka, close your eyes, make your back straight and meditate. If you read only that portion, then you will completely lost. Because at the end of the chapter, he says, that is not I agree. I say that that is good, but I don't agree with that one. Then he said, the yogi nam api sarvesha. The perfect yogi is the one who meditate on me. Correct? So
Yeah.
that is the concept. We need to learn.
Yeah.
So Bhagavad Gita is keep on telling about the changing your consciousness and how you can become a best servant. And the word servant is look like feeling, oh, how I could be servant. I'm a boss. I'm the owner of this property. I'm owner of this bank balance. I'm owner of my house, my wife, my car. And then if someone will ask, what do you have when you born? $0. I don't have anything. I was crying and I was covered with the blood. And now think that when you leave this planet, what you will take? $0. But in between that, this $0, this dollar, we want to accumulate everything and make ourselves as a proprietor. And I want to become like a owner of that one. That is the root cause of our problem. We are keep on having that expectations and desires, and we will bring all the, like we will perform the actions and have the opposite reactions, right? So that will cause the suffering. And Krishna tell that one. And that suffering is not I am giving you, but you are blaming me that Krishna, why you are giving this problem? The problem is created by us. But similarly, we need to understand that what is the purpose of this human life. This is what the Bhagavad Gita tells us, right? So now, as part of the Bhagavad Gita, we already finished the chapter 1 and 2. You can go back and read. The chapter 1 is talking about entire army standing there and Arjuna is lamenting that I don't want to fight. We know that one, right? Because I don't want to fight means he wants to go away from his job responsibility. He is a Kshatriya, he has to fight. But he is giving the very valid reason that I don't want to fight. Then Krishna says that no, it's not possible. You are a Kshatriya, you have to understand. Now you are talking about bodily thing. Oh, they will die, he will die, my father, my cousin will die, my teacher will die. He is keep on giving many excuses not to fight. Instead, he said that I will beg. And I will earn my livelihood from the begging, and I don't want to kill my this relatives. But the Krishna says that they already died so many times. and they are going to die so many times. I'm going to kill them, no worries. But they have to die today. In this next 18 days, most of these people has to die. Is already defined as part of the karma. But if you will kill, then you will get the kingdom. You will make it as a warrior. If you die, then you will go to the heavenly planet. So in the both the cases, are the winner. So the point is, once Krishna is giving the instruction that that is your job responsibility, then better you should perform according what he is giving us the instruction. So if we go away from there, then the suffering will be there. Right? So in the second chapter, he says that we are not this body actually. We are the spirit soul. We are eternally connected to the Krishna. We are part and parcel of his ansh. But now we think that, okay, he is black, he is Indian, he is American, and this, we are giving our own identity. But as a spirit soul, we are spirit soul only, right? That is our identity. But we are giving the different identity by ourselves. Oh, we belong from this, we belong from this, and we are like brown, we are red or white or black. Like all these identifications is temporary. This birth, maybe I'm brown. Maybe the last birth I was black. And next birth, maybe I'm going to green, or it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm not getting the human form. Maybe I will become cow, elephant, lion, and there are 8.4 million species. I will get one of the birth. But what is there remain permanent is my spirit soul. And the Paramatma will be there. These two will be carry forward every birth. But there is no guarantee that I will get this nice form of body and be in the US with all the lavish life and everything. There is no guarantee. That's why the Krishna is giving the instruction in Bhagavad Gita that we have to take very seriously. This is so valuable life. So now, as part of the learning from the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter is clearly saying we are a spirit soul, and second, understand your job responsibility. Job responsibility is not that, okay, I'm in office, I'm a database or manager or whatever. He's not talking about that job responsibility. He's talking about our spiritual identity job responsibility. What is my responsibility as a human form, and understand this birth and make it successful. Okay. So what now my question to everyone. Hey, thanks Kalyan for joining. So now let me ask.
Lakshman, thank you.
Okay, perfect. So Kalyan, so anyway, you are I think second class or third class, but I'm going to ask the question now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, but first of all, he is very knowledgeable. He already read Bhagavad Gita. He is very spiritual oriented, and that person. I spoke to him office many times from last 1-2 month, not 1-2 month, 1 or 2 years. So he is. I think last week also we had a discussion. So now the question is, as a human form, what is our responsibility? Now I think Ashwini, you will make some sense. Now my question is, what is my job responsibility? This question for anyone, just raise your hand, please speak out that. What is our job responsibility? Like, what is my duty for this as a human form?
To be able to serve Lord Krishna.
You see, directly the exact answer. Our job is to serve Krishna. So now the second part of the question is how to serve. We will come back later, how to serve. There are prescribed methods. So now the second very simple question, what is the difference between human form and the animal form?
Humans are given a chance to understand, learn Bhagavad Gita, understand the purpose of the soul, and therefore through that attain moksha and be rid of the cycle of birth and death.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Is that the Jigna you gave the answer?
Yeah.
Perfect. So now this is the difference once you attend like 6-7 classes. Now she's talking about in the language of Bhagavad Gita, right? When you preach to the other people, the people will also ask the same thing. Then you will exactly refer from the Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita saying, I'm not saying. This is what the Krishna says, right? So the difference between human and our animal category is that they cannot take the intelligence. And Krishna gives the intelligence. He says in the chapter 15th, shloka 15th, as I think Kalyana and we were discussing of this. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sunivisto smritim smaran jnanam apohnam cha. Like forgetfulness, remembrance and the knowledge come from me. But we think that the knowledge is come from the college and degree and things. Yeah, that knowledge is the material knowledge to get the good job. But the spiritual knowledge Krishna will give. And as a Paramatma, he's inside in us and he keep on giving that knowledge. Because now we all came not by accidentally here. Is all his plan. Right?
Yeah, all His grace. Yeah.
His plan. And Kalyan skipped so many classes, but somehow last week he stopped in my desk and we said, okay, why don't you join again? So he joined. And he was in different group actually. Accidentally he was in different group and it's conflict with other class and his other program. So why don't you join the Saturday program? So again, it's not my plan or his plan. It's Krishna's plan that, okay, let's give him other opportunity. Make sense? So now what is the similarity between human and animal? It's very simple question, right? Okay, I will give the answer. They both eat, they both sleep, they both have children, they both defend, right? We all are doing the same thing. But this is the only minor difference is we can take the intelligence which Krishna directly give it to us. We can read the Bhagavad Gita. We can follow the Krishna. We can break this birth and death life cycle. Animal cannot. So out of 8.4 million different species, you got this birth. If you just miss this birth, it's like that wheelchair, that swing will go right, up and down and up and down. You are in one of the seat. You are at the topmost. That is the opportunity you can jump, or maybe at the bottom you can jump. But once it will go up, means you have to go through the all 8.4 million birth. You have to go through the oceans, all the fish and everything, bugs. And then on the land, you will be tiger, elephant, this, and even the cockroach. And then you will be the birds. Then finally you will get the human form again. And if you don't take this opportunity, then what will happen? This is the same, whatever that swing thing. It will go back to that cycle. It's very, very difficult to get the human form. It's very rare. But we are just taking the advantage. Eat, sleep, mate, and defend. We are performing the same animal activities. We are not trying to get the spiritual knowledge. And now in the chapter number 3, which we already started, I think 2 weeks back. So I will go to the chapter number 3. If you have a book, please open the chapter 3 and I put it that link in my chat. You can open that chapter 3 from there if you don't have the book. If you have the book, so same Bhagavad Gita. Maybe if you have the different version, but Bhagavad Gita as it is the one which we needed. And look into that link which I just sent it. So open the chapter Karma Yoga. In the Karma Yoga, we did some of the shlokas, but I would like to touch on shloka number 9. Open the shloka 9. So he is talking about the Karma Yoga and understanding our prescribed duties. Right? So it says that, the shloka says, yajñārthāt karmaṇo nyatra loko karma-bandhanaḥ tad-arthaṁ karma kaunteya mukta-saṅgaḥ samācara. So there in the next to that one is the each word, what is the translation of each word. I'm not going to go through that. So after that there is a translation, entire thing of that shloka. So work done as a sacrifice for Viṣṇu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes the bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kuntī, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfactions, and in this way you will always remain free from bondage. is very clearly mentioned that whatever we perform, our sacrifice is for Vishnu and Krishna. If we do any activities, any performance, it will make us bond with that one. In the material world, we'll be stuck. We will become like attached to that activity. If we don't perform and give our offerings, right? Like if we do the yagnas. Yagna, my consciousness is I am doing the yagna for my material benefit. That material will cause the bondage. That bondage is become the more expectations and the desire, and you are keep on going in that loop and you will completely stuck, and that desire then gives me the another birth. There is no guarantee that you will get the human form, but you will get into the another birth cycle, because that is what the thing is. That's what caused the bondage. So let's read the purport what Prabhupada mentioned. Since one has to work even for the simple maintenance of the body, the prescribed duty for the particular social positions and quality are so made that the purpose can be fulfilled. Yagna means Lord Vishnu or sacrificial performance. All sacrificial performance also are meant for the satisfactions of Lord Vishnu. The Vedas enjoy Yagna Vehi Vishnu. In other words, the same purpose is served whether one perform prescribed yagna or directly serve the Lord Vishnu. Krishna consciousness is therefore performance of yagna as is prescribed in this verse. The Varnashram Institute also aims at satisfying Lord Vishnu. Varnashrama aravrta purushena para puman Vishnur aradhayate. So from this Vishnu Puran 3.88, therefore one has to work for the satisfactions of Vishnu. Any other work done in this material world will be a cause of bondage. For both good and evil work have their reactions, and any reactions binding the performer. Therefore one has to work in Krishna consciousness to satisfy Krishna or Vishnu, and while performing such activity one is in a liberated stage. This is the great art of doing work, and in the beginning this process requires very expert guidance. One should therefore act very diligently under the expert guidance of the devotee of Lord Krishna, or under the direct instructions of the Lord Krishna himself, under whom Arjuna has the opportunity to work. Nothing should be performed for sense gratifications, but everything should be done for the satisfactions of Krishna. This practice will not only save one from the reactions of work, but also gradually elevate one to transcendental loving service of the Lord, which alone can raise one to the kingdom of God. So it's very nicely, I think, explained by Srila Prabhupada, who is the author of Bhagavad Gita book as it is. So he's saying that whatever the activity we will perform, whatever the yagna we are going to perform, it has to offer to Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. So if we do that one, then like the example is when you perform any actions, right? Action can be defined in the three different terms. We will discuss more further. So if you do any actions, it could be good or bad. Whatever the action you will perform, you will get the similar kind of reactions. So your action is good, like we do a lot of pious activity, feeding to the Vaishnavas and doing the yagna for other people. There are a lot of good things. But at the same time, if you are start doing the theft, you are killing other people, you are hurting other people, the reaction will be similar. Right? So now, in this verse and the explanations, Krishna is trying to explain that whatever you do, it has to perform for me. That is for my happiness. But as soon you will change that concept that if I'm going to do something and I want to be happy, this is for pleasing myself, then everything will be attached to this material world. Then you will attach to the thing is like people will do the havnas, which is nothing wrong, because in this Kali Yuga, if you do the havnas, havan when you do, it has to be done by the expert person, and that has to be Brahman, very well qualified person. And when you do that one, he will guide you that your intention and expectation of the yagna is just to offer the service to the Lord. Don't expect anything out of this. ओ मैंने हवन किया है तो मुझे अब इतना $1 million मिलना चाहिए, ओ मैंने ये किया है तो मुझे इतना मिलना चाहिए, मैंने आई डिड donated so much of kgs of rice to these people, now I need this. So if you attach to this one that some expectations, then this material world, which is consists of three modes, you will stuck there. And that expectations, maybe some of the rich people, they, oh, I did charity or for this or this, and now I have expectations, which is nothing bad there because he did something good. But to take the benefit of that charity or that thing which you have expectations, then you have, if sometime you do the good thing and you will get the result in this birth. But now you did something good, but you are not able to finish that good part, the result you are not able to enjoy. That's what your intention is. Then the Krishna will make sure that you will take birth again. That is the is a punishment actually. We think that I am coming for enjoyment, but taking this birth after 8.4 million cycle, then is a serious punishment actually. You see? So we should not have any kind of expectations. Now the question will come, प्रभु जी ऐसे कैसे होगा, हम तो इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं, हमको तो रिजल्ट चाहिए, हमको भी भाई खुशी होने का हक बनता है, राइट? द जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन है. व्हेन हम लोग गधों की तरह काम कर रहे हैं मंडे टू फ्राइडे, तो अपने को एंजॉय मांगता है इसमें, करेक्ट? वी ऑल थिंक दैट वे, बट नाउ आवर कॉन्शियसनेस हैज टू बी डिफरेंट. दैट ओ द फर्स्ट इज आई वांट टू प्लीज our Lord. Like, I don't know how many of you like the sweets. Everyone likes sweets. You want it, make it, offer to Him. He's not going to take away all your box of the sweets, right? You offer to Him with the love and affections, and He will give you back everything. Then that sweet become prasadam. Eat as much you want. So now you are changing your expectation and desire to dovetail everything to Him. And now this house, I think that this belongs to Him. It's not mine. I didn't bring it when I born. It belongs to Him. Why don't I use this home for this Krishna Katha? Invite the Vaishnavas, come to our house, eat prasadam, bless us. And as Shastra says that you should go and live in Mathura and Vrindavan. It's not possible for me to live everywhere like in the Vrindavan, Mathura. So, and the same time, our Goswami says, why don't you make your house as Vrindavan? Install the deity, do the prayers, and make prasadam, offer to Him, and eat prasadam. That's what we are doing in Vrindavan also, right? When you start thinking, when we think that this body, we have Paramatma inside, why don't we just think this is the body? Why don't you start thinking this is the temple? Wherever the Paramatma lives, it's the temple. When there is a temple, then you have to start cleaning this temple. Make sure that everything is clean. Make sense? So, what we are doing is we are not doing something extraordinary. We are just changing our thoughts. We all know that Paramatma is there. Then Paramatma is there. The people will say, yeah, I know Paramatma is there. Then they will feed everything. They smoke, they drug and everything. And they will put on all the polluted stuff inside their mouth. And at the same time, they will say, oh, Paramatma is inside. So both are conflicting, right? So when we start thinking that Paramatma is inside, and as Ashwini, you said that somewhere he is giving the instruction, helping me as a friend, when he is inside helping, definitely he is helping. But now start thinking that this is not simple body. This is a temple where I want Him to stay all the time and guide me. So now we are thinking this body as a temple, this house is a temple. Our people, we are seeing these are all the walking temples. We don't think that this is a human now. Think that these are walking temples. They are carrying the Paramatma inside, right? Now,
Wow.
it's not only that human is the people. Now you are seeing the animal also. That animal also is a Paramatma inside.
Mhm.
That's the things we have to start changing our consciousness. Then you will see that how you can please Him, how you can serve Him. When you see the dog also, you are not thinking as a dog. The Paramatma is there. You have to give them the same respect. That's what the Bhagavad Gita in I think one of the shlokas says that विद्या विनय से संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गवि हस्तिनी सुनी चेव स्वपाके च पंडितः समदर्शिना. Pandita Samadarshina means Pandit, who is the learned Brahman. He think that if it's a dog, elephant, Brahman, or the dog eater, everyone are same. That Panditas think that they all are equal. But what we think? Oh, he's a black. He's an Indian. Oh, he's a this. We are always stuck in the outside features of the personality. And oh, you are a dog. You are a this, right? So we have to come out of that consciousness and think that everyone has Paramatma. Make sense? Okay, so I think we already reached to 10:42. So I think because Kalyan came today, but he's very knowledgeable. He told me that he already read Bhagavad Gita. So Ashwini, you came. So I don't want to give lot of information so that it will be difficult. So, but my request is, please read Bhagavad Gita. It's so much of knowledge. And all the problem, whatever the problem, from your childhood, from young or youth or old, just bring that problem. Krishna is giving the solution there. He is only asking that change your consciousness. Think that you want to serve me. I am the only owner of everything. You are not the owner. Right? So if you change that one, then automatically we have to follow the Bhagavad Gita and we have to read and understand from our Acharya what they were practicing. And some of the devotee in the Atlanta, they are practicing Bhagavad Gita. They are American. They are practicing from last 50 years. Right? So if we will get the opportunity, I will invite them at our house. I think I did few times. He will come and share his knowledge. We need to learn from him. How this African American and the white and the hippies in 1960s and 70s, how they convert them after reading the Bhagavad Gita. They took this knowledge so seriously. And now they are practicing and preaching the same thing to the other people. Right? So Bhagavad Gita is look like very small book, is like a manual for life. It will change from birth to death. It will make us go away from this dukhalyam. This earth is, this planet, material world is dukhalyam, full of pain. But still we think that we are enjoying. Right? So with that, I want to stop here. We have 10-15 minutes. If anyone has any questions, we can take it.
I want to just add one thing is that when you change your line of thought, what I realized is that it also helps us detach from something. Like when you think your body is a temple, you do not have any ego or attachment attached to that. Same way with your house or so I think that is an easier way to detach. Otherwise, it's very difficult to detach from your materialistic world.
Yeah.
I think just to add to what Jigna said, I think when you look at yourself as a temple, or every person, even a dog is a temple, you automatically, I feel, become kinder. Yeah, you become kinder, and you I think it's an automatic institution of like good thoughts and goodness in somehow. It's a very good thought. Thank you.
And the thing is, now when you now start thinking that when the Paramatma, wherever the Paramatma reside, so when you start thinking that way, and now when you take a shower also, you will think differently now. You see, because you are purifying from inside and outside. There are so many ways. There is a practice that when you, as we discussed, I think couple of months back, when okay, I will take that one in the next class. What are the different kind of demons we have inside and how we can remove them, right? So these demons are there. One is like lust, anger, greed, and all the things we accumulated from so many birth. They are sitting inside, right? And the Paramatma is also inside. Do you think that the Paramatma will like that you have lust, anger, greed, and at the same time you are requesting, oh Paramatma, you should be sitting inside, and also the same time I am inviting all the demons inside my heart. It's very difficult. Paramatma won't reside. So that time is not a temple. It's a ghost house kind of thing. Because it's my desire to have those lust and anger and desire, different expectations, all the polluted things is I'm accumulating. At the same time I'm saying, oh, going to the temple, Paramatma, please come, and why you are giving me this problem? It's not possible. Like, you want to cross the ocean, you have to be on the one boat. You cannot be like putting your foot on the both of them and both are going in the different directions. It's impossible. So our consciousness is the thing is, I want the Paramatma realizations every time. If you want Paramatma to be inside, if you want to, like, if you are inviting any guest, most of the time our house also, whenever the guest will come, we try to make clean, top notch, deep clean our house, because he is maybe coming for 1 hour, but we will spend like 2 days to clean our house. The same is, your body is the same. If you want to invite the Paramatma, you have to thoroughly clean. Then Paramatma will come and reside inside. Right? So the cleaning process, the Bhagavad Gita tells us that one, how you can clean. It's very simple. It's not difficult. Krishna doesn't make any difficult, but only the Krishna is, he's expecting a lot. He will make ours as he's a right candidate, so that I will go and reside with him. He will test, right? So if you qualified, if you want to come to US, it's not like a simple, oh, go there embassy and he will give you the visa. You have to qualify it. You have to maybe H1 or qualified engineers, some skill set. Then the company will call you, give you the visa, and go to the stamping and everything. It will go step by step process. So if you want that kind of thing, so you have to make yourself qualified. Then everything will, you will see that, oh, it's very simple. You start realizing that one. In this one class, this 45 minutes, you got some points. Look like it's very easy, right? But when you start practicing, is it easy? No, there are a lot of road bumps. Hiccups will be there. We start making, no, let me take a break. We are expert in excuses. I'm not talking about our class. I'm just general. I'm talking about that to not to go to the office, we will make an excuse. And we will come up with very solid excuse. So similarly with the spirituality, we will make excuse. So if you really want, so we have to dedicate some time, make our faith so solid, right? So there are many things in karma yoga, in this chapter and the next we will discuss. So I want to just touch one of the shloka. So please read. You already read the Bhagavad Gita. I think some of you already read. So please keep reading that one and practice. And I usually like once a month. Today is like unfortunate, we were not able to see each other, but once a month we should meet each other, because that sadhu sangha is so valuable. When you see each other, then you will learn, grasp very easily. But anyway, so today I think we covered a lot. Any other questions? Okay, let me stop recording.